everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing something a little different, something I've never done, and with a medium I've never even used on this channel before. So good luck to me, I guess. Today we are doing the 3 marker challenge. Yay. Question mark? So I'm doing this collab with another YouTuber. I will link her down in the description below. Go check out her video too after you watch this one, of course. So for today's collab challenge, whatever this video is, we will be taking all of the markers that I have, which by the way isn't a lot of markers, and we will put them in, I guess, this empty Lush bag that's randomly in my room. And we will pick we'll pick 3 at random for the challenge, and then I will draw you guys a beautiful picture with only 3 markers. So let's put all my markers in this bag, and then we'll pick 3 random markers. Okay, so literally the only markers that I own are these 2. They are Winsor and Newton brush markers. And we also have all of these hashtag coloring markers. So we're just gonna, although I don't know if I'm gonna put all these greens in there, because what if I only get greens? Then it becomes a 1 color challenge, and that's not what we're trying to do here today. We will just take this beautiful empty Lush bag and dump all these markers in there. Take all of these primary colors and dump them in there. And I'm gonna save the brown out of here because we already have the green in there. Struggling here today. This brown inside the bag. This green because it's lighter. And this green because it's darker. So now we'll pick our colors. This purple Winsor marker. And green. And the other Winsor marker. We have these 3 colors for our drawing today. Yeah, so these are all alcohol-based markers, so hopefully they will be able to blend very well together, even though they're different brands. I'm excited. I don't even really know off the top of my head what I can do with these markers, these 3 colors together. So I'm ready for the challenge. You guys want to see Cat? This is Cosmo. Featured. And now that Cosmo is trying to knock over my camera, I think it's time for this intro to be over. So without further ado, let's get started.
So starting this drawing off, I was so confused on what to even draw. Like, what do you do with green, aqua, and purple? And I actually sent Random Elf a message like, help me, I don't know what I'm doing. And she was like, draw an alien. And so here we are. So I started looking at alien drawings online, and I kind of just made something and just started drawing, and it actually turned out really nice. It's probably one of my favorite things I've ever drawn, honestly. I just wish I was better with markers so that I looked better, but that's beside the point. The hashtag coloring markers are just not my thing. I don't know if it's just me or how I was using them, but they're so streaky. It might just be because it's a lighter color, this green. I don't know, but the skin looked so streaky to me. I tried everything I could to try to fix it, but I mean, we just kind of went with it because after I did it, I couldn't really go back. But I mean, you could like shade things really well with them, but it was just so streaky, and the brush nib even started to like fall apart, and I had only used it for this drawing, and so I'm kind of disappointed with them. So yeah, I would definitely not recommend the hashtag coloring markers. And on another video, this other YouTuber, she like wrote me a comment and was talking about how bad they were and how she gave them to her son to like use because she didn't want to use them. And I was like, oh, they can't be that bad. And I still held out hope, but honestly, they are really bad. So I'm definitely probably gonna stick to the Winsor & Newton brush markers, or like, I don't know, suck it up and get some Copics, but those were really bad. So if you guys have any suggestions for markers that are cheaper than those, let me know. So I took some advice from Random Elf, and she said, like, in her video used alcohol to try to like make the color lighter so that it had more like contrast to it, and you could use 3 markers but still get several different shades and tones and stuff. And so that's why I have a paintbrush, and I just like scribbled into this plastic pan and then poured alcohol on it. And with alcohol based markers, it like splits the ink kind of, and you can like paint with it almost, which was really nice because I was way more comfortable like using that method since I paint more often than I use markers. So that was pretty cool, and it made this a whole heck of a lot easier to do. The only thing I recommend if you're doing that and painting on the ink instead of using the marker is don't use paintbrushes that you really like, because if you are one of those people concerned with like what it looks like how nice your paintbrushes look after you use them, it will definitely stain your bristles. Like all of these paintbrushes that I used had white fibers, and they are dyed purple now, but that's okay because this actually comes out looking really good, so it was worth it. And at first the lips were looking really good, but then I kind of put too much ink and were really hard to shade, and now that I'm watching this I'm like, they don't look as good as I thought, but it's okay because we're learning here, I guess. This video also ended up being really long, and for that I also apologize. This piece took me like 6+ hours, I think, like on and off, because I just went way too much into detail with the background, I think, and that took me a really long time. Like I had to cut a lot of the parts of that out because this video would have been like 30 minutes long, and that's way too extra, so yep. But yeah, my favorite thing about this was definitely the background, as you'll see in a little while. But after that, I really liked how I did the hair, using the alcohol to like kind of break up that pink and make it lighter in some places and darker with the marker and with more ink with the paintbrush and the alcohol. I think it just really looked really good, and it was a great way to like get way more colors out of that purple than just that really saturated fuchsia color that it is when you just use it as just a marker. So yeah, thanks to Random Elf and the countless marker tutorial YouTube videos that I watched before I started this, the hair actually ended up looking really good, and I was so proud of this drawing because this is the first time I've ever really used markers to like make a real piece, like not just like doodling around with them, but actually do something with them, and I'm really proud of myself. It was a good challenge. Also, I don't know, like, from the angle and the, like, distance the camera is away from the picture, if you can really tell, but I also used, like, just some alcohol on a paintbrush and kind of, like, did, like, a splattering thing on her skin to try to make it look more like skin with, like, lighter and darker spots or whatever on it, and also just to try to break up some of that streakiness from the hashtag coloring marker. That freaking hashtag coloring marker. But yeah, and it kind of helped and made it less noticeable, so that's another trick that I learned. But I'll let you guys just watch the video now for a little bit until we get to the background, and then I'll talk some more about what kind of technique I used and how I got the effect that I did. So yeah, enjoy! So now that we are getting into the background portion of this drawing, the part that I'm most proud of, I'll just explain kind of what I'm doing, except this part right here next to the moon. I really wish I would have done it differently, but that's a different story. So I basically just took the two Winsor and Newton brushes and I just kind of squiggled and swirled them together, and then used the alcohol and kind of just did little like drips of it into the ink and just let it sit, and it did this like cool like blending bubbly effect to the back, and it made it look more like, I don't know, I guess I was trying to go for like a galaxy because she's an alien. I don't know, but I think it ended up looking really cool, and so I was really proud of it. It was also cool to see like the different way the alcohol affected like the purple versus the blue, because it didn't really do much to the blue, but it was like a completely different thing with the purple, and so I just think it ended up looking really nice. Also, if you see like a random piece of paper, that was me trying to blot off some of the alcohol while I was doing this, so that it didn't like get in the hair and mess up the drawing, because that would have been a tragedy. So yeah, I kind of like skipped through most of this because this took me like 2 hours in itself to color and do, and that's way too long, so I just kind of cut it from portion to portion of the background to let you guys see it. But I was so proud of it that I hated having to do that. I just thought it looked so cool, like the way I did the background and stuff. I was really proud of it. So yay for me. I also like really wanted to make the like moon and the stars and the Saturn planet that I put like in the background also to like really stand out against the like dark really saturated background that I did, and so I kind of made them really like pastel-y with painting on the ink after pouring a lot of alcohol into it. And so if you just heard a random like ding, that was me getting an email from Buffalo Wild Wings. But yeah, so I thought that looked really nice too, but let me know in the comments what you guys think. I also ended up taking like a white jelly roll pen and making like little constellations and little stars in the background too, which I really liked, and I thought that looked really good. And I finally got a jelly roll pen that actually works, so that was nice too. So yep, here I am doing the little planets right now. I tried to mix in some like purple with the blue on this, but it didn't really work, so it looks a lot more of like the blue than I wanted, but I think it ended up looking good anyway. The thing with working with alcohol, like rubbing alcohol instead of like watercolor, is like, and I've said like 20 million times, but water evaporates much slower than alcohol does, so it gets really dry really fast, and so you kind of have to work quicker with it. But I think it ended up being pretty cool to use, and I'll probably use it for future marker videos, this kind of technique. But now that we are kind of near the end of this video, I just wanted to thank everyone for watching. I wanted to give Random Elf a shout out. Her video was adorable. I really like her art style, and her channel deserves some love, so go look at her channel, go watch her video. I'll link it in the description. And subscribe to her channel, subscribe to me if you liked this video. Don't forget to leave it a like, you know, all that good jazz. I'm really sorry for how long this video took me to do. Things have been really crazy with finishing up my summer classes and moving back in at home for like 3 weeks. And then coming back to school in the next 3 weeks. It's just gonna be hectic, and so I'm gonna try my best. But just bear with me, please. But once again, thank you guys for supporting me and watching my videos and staying around for my crazy schedule, and hopefully I'll be able to regulate and get regular videos out every Saturday like I want so badly to do. But once again, here's the final piece, and thank you guys so much for being here. Bye.